is Malcolm from Siller Pollinator Company. I'm here looking at the Visible Records hives, the ones that are just outside our office, and one of the big one is in the middle of swarming right now. So I don't know if you can see super well. Walk a little further over. There's tons of bees in the air. And so this happens, it's a natural process. We often try and prevent it as beekeepers because it cuts down on the amount of honey they collect in a year, but this is how the bees basically create a new colony, is that half of the bees will go off and form a new hive. And so right now they're in the process of forming a bivouac. So that'll be a temporary cluster before they find a permanent home. From the looks of where I'm seeing the bees right now, it's probably going to be up in those branches a good 20 feet where we won't be able to reach it. But yeah, they'll form a big cluster and then they'll scout around and try and find some locations for a couple hours to a day. And then they'll head off to their new location after they've kind of done a weird democratic voting process to figure out which site they're most excited about. If they're a little bit lower, if they're within reach, we might try and throw them into a box, because then they'll be in a new home that they'll be pretty happy with, aka a hive, and we can keep using those same bees. They tend to have longer, better for the bees as well. They tend to live a lot longer under our stewardship than they do in the wild, given all the introduced pests. But if not, that's fine too. Oh, I can see looks like they might be starting to form a cluster, but yeah, it's probably over the next couple minutes they should form a cluster, and then over the next hour they'll figure out where they want to go. So it's a cool process, it's fun to see. They're also not very aggressive right now, so despite the number of bees in the air, except if one bumps into me and gets stuck in my hair or something, they tend not to sting right now. Anyway, fun to see. Alright, just checking back in on that swarm. You can see they formed their bivouac now. Way fewer bees in the air, nice clear skies. I say as a bee flies in front of the camera. But most of them are up in that cluster, and they'll be there just for a few hours probably. Maybe they'll be there tomorrow morning, but a good 20 feet up in the air. I'm not going to risk it. I value my life a little more than catching those few bees, but hopefully they go off and find a good home and someplace they can be happy and strong. And maybe we'll see them again someday.